All right, welcome back to Everyone Needs an Aquarius. We are in the building. We are back.
I was on my phone. I'm like,
She be on her IG live. What is your IG live? People want to go see you slander me online.
You just don't know how to be on time. I mean, you're in a.
No, I'm talking about people can't see it. Like I'm plugging you to plug your IG. What is your IG?
Yeah, my IG is St. Angela's. It's down there at the bottom of the screen. Y'all see that? Right.
Some people are listening. You know, they just click and they just listen. They don't.
Yeah, that's true. My bad. At St. Angela's. That's SAINTANGELES. Not angels. Angeles, like the city. Boom. I have a surprise for you.
Hey, go ahead. You got another voicemail from Homeboy.
Oh no, thank God it's been a while.
Damn. I was hyped. Hey Bobby, just giving you FYI. I don't know. This is his brother that's been sending Dom voice notes on IG, singing over like brand new beats that he didn't produce, but they songs are to Dom. For all those listeners that have not had a chance to check those out.
Dom I don't think they're to me. I think they are just material that he's working on. I don't think that they're necessarily for me. I think that he is looking for advice. And I don't work in the music industry. I don't know how I got here. That's all I'm gonna say. No.
But go ahead. What's the surprise?
I'll listen to a Jodeci album.
Whoa! Hold on. Whoa!
Now,
which album
I listened to them out of order. I accidentally listened to, I think, the second album first, and then I'm listening to the first album.
They're two different vibes.
Yeah. So I think if
you can see Puffy had his hands, on the first one a little bit more.
Okay. Well, it didn't even like connect that. This is the second album. But all I knew was like, wow, this is very New Jack Swing influence.
That's the first one or the second?
I felt like the second one because that was 93.
I think the first one is. The first one definitely is New Jack Swing inspired.
It's an era. It goes over, spawns over several years. But I was like, okay, this is very bass heavy. I can see how this influenced somebody like H-Town or whatever. Definitely. The best songs were singles. That's all. It's you can hear a lot of the church influence, but then you can hear how also this is setting the tone because at some point we know that Casey and JoJo go solo, but it's also like I feel like it's definitely vocally. The other two really don't do much. We know Devontae's more the producer. Dalvin raps maybe on one song.
Dalvin is Dalvin, though. I mean, he does what he needs to do. Whatever he does, I'm assuming he has a role.
Yeah, I believe you. But I was like, okay, definitely the singles that were chosen off the album were definitely the right choice. Because everything are definitely B-side cuts for real. And I'm like, I can skip this, but I didn't skip it.
For the second album?
Second album. The second album. I'm not done with the first.
They didn't release a lot of singles off that first album. A lot of them stuff you think are singles.
No, it was on the second. That's why I said those were the right choices because the other cuts that were just filler tracks, it felt like it was filler tracks.
Yeah,
they're not that memorable. And so, which leads me to, I'm gonna say something.
Beyonce, I gotta be a man of my word.
I just wanted to surprise you because I was like, you know what? I've been saying I'm gonna do it. They'll probably think I'm punking out. I'm uphold, what I said I was gonna do, which is listen to Jodeci. Now, with that said, we was talking about just like music, and we've been talking about music a lot lately in general. And then something came up. Somehow we started talking about Usher, and then I said, you know, the song that really is a really solid track, and the remix just elevates it a little more on Confessions, is Throwback. And people don't talk about Throwback enough and how
That's my
great,
favorite song on the album.
yes, how great Throwback is. And it's just, I mean, Just Blaze, the sample, like the samples
I
on
like the
it.
remix better with Jada Kiss too, though. The Jada
Yes,
Kiss
absolutely,
remix.
absolutely. It really elevated it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
we talk about all the other tracks, you know, they talk about Do It To Me, Can You Handle It? We need to shine some light on Throwback. Throwback, you are a great track. And Usher, shout out to you for singing that at the residency. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
No,
Even
Throwback
better-
is dope. Throwback is a dope.
Oh, oh.
So I don't know if you knew that beat was supposed to go to Dr. Dre originally.
I heard.
Just like I found out this week that the Pharrell joint with Nori with Super Thug was supposed to go to Janet Jackson.
Yes.
That don't even sound like that. I'm like,
and then it was something else that Jay-Z wanted, or that it was like supposed to be for Jay-Z or something. Or maybe no, they said that Jay-Z took the track. Damn, what song was that?
Quite a few tracks.
She said quite a few tracks. So I feel like it was like a track for a chick. And then I was like, oh, that I could see that makes sense. Was it no, it wasn't a Keisha Cole. Keisha Cole was actually supposed to be on damn, why didn't I save that? I don't remember. Keisha Cole was supposed to be on something with Pharrell, and it didn't work out.
Yeah, I'm trying to look. I'm just good. Look up now.
I don't know, but anyway,
yeah,
I just wanted to tell you that I listened to Jodeci. So yeah, y'all happy. I hope y'all happy in the comments. Again, I am much younger than Daryl.
You know what? Look. I'm making a call.
That wasn't shade. I wasn't even trying to shade you, but I see how it came out. My bad.
I'm gonna listen to the Beyonce album now. This week, since you did that, I'm gonna do that as well. I'm gonna do a Beyonce.
Okay. Album. I would say
which one I end up listening to. Like, is it like? Does it matter which one? Like, if I come in here and I say I listen to Dangerous in Love, is that like a problem?
No, I feel like B-Day is the cornerstone of her career, though. Some people want to disagree with me, but I feel like it's the cornerstone of her career, because we really get to see her.
Oh, that's a good topic. So we're gonna throw out Surviving Diddy's. We're gonna let him take a break this week.
Okay.
We got other fun topics. It's been too lot of seriousness on here. This is the question for you though. I said that Beyonce benefits Jay-Z more than Jay-Z benefits Beyonce. Have we talked about this, or did I only talk to Sleepy and Dojan about this? Okay, I said that Jay-Z doesn't benefit Beyonce anymore. Is basically what I said. And I feel like he hasn't benefited Beyonce since like 03, 04.
Yeah, I think that.
And they was like, what? He was bigger. I was like, after Dangerous in Love dropped, man, it was over, man.
Yeah, I think they timed it out right, because I think it kind of not that.
We talking about musically, y'all. We talking about musically, y'all. We ain't talking about like their life and like what they're doing and what they're like. We're talking about music.
No. I know.
Yeah,
I know what you're saying. I think it kind of gave her a level of street cred a little bit when
that's what they said. That's what they said. Okay.
Yeah, so I can say that. So that kind of because like think of how we were introduced to Destiny's Child just in general. As you know, you met them. You know, you picked it with them.
They were super poppy.
And well, I'm not gonna say super poppy, but I was gonna say clean cut. So it wouldn't necessarily be like you would necessarily see them collaborating with.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about Dangerous Love, it's the first time you've seen Beyonce look like quote unquote sexy in something, like where
Yeah,
she's like, walking down the street. Even that first video, what was
yeah.
it, the first one, when she got on the booty shorts and walking in the
Crazy in
hills.
Love. I mean,
Is
Crazy
that
in
the
Love,
name?
Crazy in Love, Crazy in
Crazy in
Love.
Love, right? Even that first
Yeah.
video, even you was like, oh, Beyonce looked like dun, dun, dun. You like, oh, and she walking down the street and got the halter top on. You like, okay, like, all right, well, okay, this is the new
Yeah.
Beyonce.
And so I would say, I would say yes. I think he kind of opened her up to more hip hop, because you kind of saw her collaborate and do stuff with other people in that realm that we might not have necessarily happened, or it might have eventually happened, but maybe later down the line in her career.
Yeah.
And so I think that kind of made her a little, I'm not gonna say like relatable or like cool, but a little bit, because then they do the press for, I mean, then we can go back to even like '03 Bonnie and Clyde. Like you see her kind of being sexy or whatever with the Burberry swimsuit and the empty pool and the denim, the mini skirt and the Manolo Blahnik boots or whatever. And they had like, so you seeing all this, like these, seeing her become a little more versatile too, and so I think definitely now, like, there's business aspects that I'm pretty sure that she probably learned from him. Probably a lot of that, to be honest, also too from her father, as he was, her manager or whatever. And you have people, now you surround yourself with people that are looking at you as a, like, I'm not just a singer, I'm a business, I'm a brand, and I can do this, I can do that, because then you see her to start to do kind of similar things.
Podcast, we definitely discuss healing. We discuss aspects of psychology. We discuss, like, you becoming the best you, mental wellness,
for sure,
health.
femininity, parenthood, dating,
Definitely
as
dating.
single parents. And it's from a lens of two psychologists,
Yeah.
So
but also two people who grew up like with both parents, married parents, and then, like, you all know that Chloe and I are the youngest of our crews, like her siblings and my siblings. So it's from that perspective.
Yeah, looking at
that.
life through that lens.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get a whole lot of things from us. From us being women, going through life as parents, and all of these awesome attributes. But yes, womanology, the study of women.
The study of women.
Was mirroring what, like Jay-Z was doing. Now she has a fragrance, multiple fragrances. She got this with Tommy Hilfiger. She has a Sprint deal. She got some video game. So I think that's definitely true. But I think she's definitely at the point now where she understands that it's kind of bigger than the music, because her, and especially the way and the capacity that she tours. Beyonce in her 40s. I'm not saying it's not possible, because I mean, we've seen what Janet Jackson is still touring and all these different things, and she's out, her late 50s, early 60s. And so it's possible, but I could see Beyonce kind of just like, hey, I'm giving y'all a lot. I'll pop out every once in a while. I can maybe see her even doing a residency somewhere where she's stationed somewhere.
Yeah.
Because
but not a tour where you
not a tour. I feel like if she does a tour, I don't think I told you, I don't think there'll be a Cowboy Carter tour. I think it'll be in conjunction with whatever Act 3 is, and that'll probably be something. Which, by the way, Beyonce has been spotted in her black hoodie, guys. She's working.
Rock album, right?
Yes, that is what the word on the curve is.
Hey, look, if she was real gangster, it'd be a rap album. I'm talking like for real. If think about it, it was a rap album and she was on there spitting.
I mean,
and I'm talking about like spitting, like since she got some of the best. I'm talking about she on there spitting. I mean, I know she wouldn't do it because that's kind of, it would be kind of corny, but kind of dope at the same time.
I think that was one of the I mean, but she kind of explored that, but it was with Jay-Z, with the Carter.
Yeah, right.
So I mean, I think the premise of Act 1, 2, and 3 is Beyonce exploring genres of music that were initially started by Black people and co-opted by the others.
I mean,
So,
that's hip hop too.
huh?
That's hip hop too, right now.
Yes, but we're starting to see again, even in the rock space. You have Willow. You have so many more really cool up and coming Black artists that are exploring that realm, and yeah. So we'll be interested to see. But I think definitely she's at the point where she don't really need to, you know, she got it figured out. And I know a lot of people feel like the products that she sells, like, you know, they feel like her brands or the things that she's doing are not necessarily relatable, or that her, you know, like her people can tap into it. But I'm like, you know, you kind of just, I think it's really dope to just let people explore different genres and avenues that you might not necessarily think. Like, I think it's really interesting that she does, you know, she has Sir Davis, you know, and it wasn't like, oh, I'm just
I
creating
do
this.
wish that artists in this hear me out on this. Would it have been flyer if Beyonce owned Sir Davis, but kind of pushed it, but not let people know, so it felt like, oh, it's something that she's involved in, but she's not fully, so people can't really shit on it. If that makes sense, where they could,
Well,
you know
that's
what I mean? Like, and I know you have to use your celebrity to push it. But I'm saying you have to use your celebrity, but not as I owned it, but like I'm like,
yeah. So initially, that's how Sir Davis like started. So they were able in the past like year or two to even enter into different, you know, contests, and it's won several prestigious awards because, you know, like no one knew who was affiliated with this. They were just simply going off of taste, packaging, and things like that. So I think it's interesting, and for me, I feel like even with her hair care line, I was like, I think that's more about Tina than it is Beyonce, but she knows that
moms,
you know,
moms real quick.
Yeah, like I have to help her, you know, like push this brand because it might not resonate as much as if it's just Tina, and that's just what it is. And we all know that Tina, you know, had her own salon and all these different things. So I think it's possible, but maybe not as, you know, as much. But I think at right now where she is, it's like, okay, I've done this in my career, I've done that in my career, and I want to tap into this market. I enjoy this. And, you know, people can say these different things, but I was like, do y'all not pay attention to even, you know, things that she raps about, sings about? Because if you're not listening, if you're not a fan, you're gonna miss it all.
Yeah.
And so even with this country album, you know, Beyonce gives us a taste of country on Lemonade. You know, with Daddy Lesson, you know, so and people, so if you're not, it's like, oh, she's just trying to no. It's like I've been this, I've been country, I've been immersed in this. This is a part of my heritage and who I am. So it'll be interesting to see for sure. I am still. I think I found a spot that has Sir Davis out here because it's been sold out.
Wow.
Since it dropped, and I've been trying to do like a Bevmo pickup. They don't even have it, and I'm like, y'all can't ship it. I can't even order it. It's not in Bevmo, but I think Total Wine has it. And for everybody that says you can go on the website and order it, let me remind y'all of how my box for Renaissance never made it to my front door. Okay. And they gave me my money back. And I didn't want my money back. I wanted the merchandise. So I feel a type of way, and I want it in my hands, so I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, it's Total Wine here in St. Louis too if you come in town.
Okay. Well, look, I think it's definitely beyond that now, and I think that is kind of a similar thing where I think they've been able to business-wise kind of help each other get access and gain access in certain spaces where it's crossed over. And so now it's like, okay, I can do this, she can do that, or whatever. and our business, ventures really don't have to, cross over. We're probably gonna collaborate on music.
I don't want to do business with my lady. And that's just being free. I know that people like that power couple stuff. I need my space and my own things to do.
You're also an Aquarius, so this is on brand.
This is on brand.
Yeah, it is. So there's a level there where it is. I would do it.
I'm not doing it.
I would do it
like for small investments, yes, but not like I'm not running a business with my lady. I'm not.
Yeah, I'm like I mean we could network or whatever. I can help you, like push.
I need to be able to get away. I need to be able to get away.
Yeah.
we can't be up on each other all the time. We cannot.
Yeah, I would do it in the sense of like if it was something that was really good and I really believed in it or whatever. And I know sometimes I have to sacrifice different things, but I would do it in that case. So like with my guy owning a cannabis business, and I partake sometimes.
Yeah, but that's different.
So I think it would be dope if I had like a pre-roll.
That's different. I'm talking about that'd be like, hey, you want to be a partner? I need my space.
Yeah, if it was something that I was, like I said, believed in, and I had the really the time for, because that's the other thing too, is I don't, we're already pulled whichever way, and we, not billionaires yet.
Nope.
And so
I don't even want to be a billionaire. I see what happened to all these other billionaires. Just give me a cool couple.
You're not a terrible person.
I know, but I don't know. I just want to make sure. And look, another level of is I'm not a terrible person. That's why I won't be a billionaire.
Here's the thing.
I'm keeping it real. I'm just keeping it real.
But here's the thing. I am a person that I do believe that hard work and having a really solid work ethic, you can be rewarded financially for that.
But to be a billionaire, I think it's another level to that shit.
There's people just like the one dude that's from St. Louis. He's not a terrible person. He does stuff. He gives back.
Yeah, he does.
So some people,
but he's not a billionaire like a billionaire. Like
I mean, but I know
his company is worth billions, not him.
But yes, and everybody don't do bad business. Everybody not trying to manipulate and control people.
Man, after you get to a certain level, man, it's hard for me.
After you get to a certain level, I don't know why you just not on the yacht somewhere laying out.
That's what I'm saying. I'll get lazy. I'm like, man, I made 25 million a year now. I'm not doing shit. Why do I need $1 billion? And people gonna know who I am because I'm gonna be informed.
But your company also could be valued at a
certain, but I don't need me to be $1 billion.
But I don't want to. Also want to, just be fair and I just have a good time. I just want to be able to take care of my, my family, and family and close friends.
Something we do need to take care of though, Dom. Uno, you said you sent me this thing. You have to break it down. Uno has officially come out and said the draw 2 is not stackable.
Listen, what Uno is trying to do is start a war in people's houses, because I feel like people have always played.
Is this, and a quick question as you go on, is this a black house or is this all houses now? When we talk about this stacking, is that?
I feel like I've played Uno.
2 Americas?
I feel like it's across America. Okay. So I've been following Uno's page for a while on Twitter. So this isn't the first controversial thing that they've said, in hindsight. And so like now, it's like somebody said, can you throw away the shuffling card at the end of the game? Because they have different layers of Uno now. And so they're like,
I don't like that shit. Give me the clap.
So it's just
I don't like that trading hands shit. I don't like none of them cards. None of them.
It's like so somebody said this. I'm having this debate about Uno. So if I pluck a card and it's the color that's down,
Yep.
Can I keep the card? Can I keep the card and play a card I already had in my hand? They said you may also choose not to play the playable card from your hand. If so, you must draw a card from the draw pile. If playable, that card can be put down in the same turn. However, you may not play any other card from your hand after that draw.
Oh, so okay. So basically, if I'm holding on to a draw 4, but I don't have no blues, I can pick at the card there, but then I can't change my mind and want to use a draw 4. I have to go from those picks.
Yeah.
I like that though. I'm fine with that because people will be trying to game the system. Like I'm gonna try to hold on to this draw 4 or this draw 2 and hit the pile and hope you just come up with a blue red. I mean a 3. A red blue. I mean a red 3 instead of using. No, you got to use that or keep picking from the pile until a red come up.
Yeah, and that be the thing. It's like if someone puts down a draw 4 card, you must draw 4 and your turn is skipped. You cannot put down a draw 2 and make the next person draw 6. We know y'all tried. You cannot stack draw 2 cards and draw 4 cards.
I'm tired of them doing it.
Wait a second. So my friend literally has on an Insta story, somebody put down a draw 2, then or 2 draw 2s or something of the sort, and then somebody put down a draw 4. So technically, that means that somebody would need to draw what? 8?
Yeah, you can't do that, man. You be having
if it's the next person, then yes, you could. If that's the card that you had, you should technically be able to draw 4 on somebody and change the color.
Right. Yes, but that person, it doesn't go to 12. Like it keeps stacking, and it just keeps stacking and stacking.
Yeah, that's that other game where you can do that, where the cards kind of look like Uno, but it's not. It's like phase 10.
Yeah, like people would be stacking them. Like you got to draw 4. Somebody else put a draw 4 on top of it, but now it's 8. Like hold on, no.
But also, it's kind of like setting those rules before you even play.
That's true.
So it's like
house rules.
Yes, it's the house rules, and so it's like, okay, are we playing doubles? What does doubles look like?
And the person whose house it is, it's their house rules. Like I do that with Monopoly. I put all money that is made out on the outside of the board that was bills paid. Like if you go to jail or anything, all that money goes up in the free parking. So anything from going out of jail, if you have to pay to get out of jail, or you have to pay a bill or anything on the board, like you have say if you go somewhere, it's like where it says like pay $200 or give 10% of your earnings, put that up in the free parking, and then we just rotate that with the free parking, and there's always some money sitting there for somebody. Also, I do subprime lending on my you can do subprime lending in my Monopoly game. You don't have to pay everything down now. You can pay me $200 every time you go past go.
Oh, okay.
You can give me a down payment. Just give me a down payment now, and then I can just be like, well, the next 6 times you go past go, throw me $200.
I don't like Monopoly.
I love Monopoly because I be doing deals like that.
I've been came over to your house to play Monopoly, and we didn't play for 6 hours, and I'm tired.
Yeah, but it's cool when it's a whole bunch of people and people drinking and stuff, man. It's fun.
Yeah, no, because then I'll be
having subprime lendings. I got a little chart board I do and everything. Like, hold on, cuz you still got 3 more turns of 200.
Yeah,
you can pay me off now if you want to. That's 800.
Yeah, like I don't know, they have a game called Uno No Mercy, and they got like draw 10s and shit in there in the stack.
Draw 10s?
Draw 10, draw 6, and like you said, that swapping the hand type deal, like who you want to swap the hand with. So it's like I mean, it's nice. It's like, and so it says okay, so they're saying something about, somebody said, what if there are an odd number card of cards? So that means somebody gets 1 less card than other players. Then they said, correct. Not everyone will have the same amount of cards. What?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No. I always felt like, yeah. I always thought that.
Yeah.
Just the way the cookie crumbles, you know.
Then they said to think about the draw, like, okay, if a player has one last Uno card and does not call out Uno, does he lose? And then they said, no, you lose a turn to discard. And then the person added to it. So if a person throws down a draw 2 or draw 4, and the first card I pluck is a draw 2 or draw 4, can I throw that out and not draw the card? They said, no, you lose your turn to discard because drawing those cards count as your turn.
Okay. See? Uno, thank y'all, man.
And then they say so they clarified it. So if someone throws out a draw 2 and your first card is a draw 2, can you put down that card against that card and now draw any cards? They said you can stack cards from playing the no mercy version of Uno. Y'all, you know what, Uno? Y'all don't know how to play y'all own game. Because let me tell you something, honey. Since my inception in 1987, and when I learned how to pick up these cards and count and read colors and stack and draw and shuffle and all of that, we played it where we could stack. You could do these different things. And I get it. Everybody don't play like that. But how I was raised on Temple, that's how we played. I'm 37 years old.
That's the West Side playing.
I ain't never heard of these BS rules that y'all talking about.
It's yeah.
And y'all so messed up that y'all had to create variants of yourself to try to perfect y'all game. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. We buying that regular ass deck, and we gonna play how y'all variants are supposed to be playing because this is how the game is supposed to be played. Thanks.
All right, next up, this is something you sent to me. I didn't even get a chance to see it. I'm just gonna play it, Mr.Supershin or something like that. I'm just gonna play these videos. I don't even know what this is about. You sent it. We're finna see.
Been blocked by this man? Well, I have, and apparently half the internet has too. So I got down to the bottom of it why this man is currently blocking half of the entire internet. Of course, you know, the mystery began with a post. Now, somebody by the name of Allie Gets Real posted this and said, it was a quiet Wednesday morning when Mr.Supershin went on a blocking spree and no one could figure out why. And then another post. Somebody said Mr.Supershin ran a blockchain on the entire Western Hemisphere. So I had to look up this guy to see who exactly he is and why is he blocking everyone. And more importantly, was I too blocked? Y'all, I was blocked. And I said, ain't no way. Ain't no way, sir. I ain't never seen you a day in my life. And I want to know why I'm blocked. Of course, you know, I went on my burner page and I found his page. And he said, don't nobody want to see y'all as tweets. He then says, that's why you're blocked. It ain't rocket science. Goes on to say, I don't play with other folks' grown up children. 0%. Okay, what? Now, yeah, cool.
All right, hold on. We got it part 2, y'all. Hold on. I'm flowing through. Hold on.
By the name of Chef Maid had found out who that loser was. He said Mr.Supershin is blocking anybody who followed his op. He said we haven't seen a dedicated hatred like that in a while. Commendable and respected. Now apparently that loser goes by the name of 285 Slim. He said Ninja is mad at them child support people. He ain't my op. He just ran out of money, laughing my butt off. Okay. So yesterday we had posted a story about men trying to advocate for the federal government to mandate child support in some sort of fashion. And apparently this Mr.Supershin is one of those people advocating for the federal mandate. Chef Maeve replied back and said, laughing my butt off. So he's one of them. I'm not voting for Kamala if she don't abolish child support ass ninjas. Okay. Now, shout out to 285 Slim for posting some of Mr.Supershin's tweets before he had deleted them. And he said this, sometime yesterday, he said, faster election day gets here, the faster accounts and people that hate America.
Oh, snap. Was it more?
It's more.
Hold on. It's one more. I think you did send me. Hold on. I think I got to pull it up. Hold on. I'm super interested now. I'm involved. Keep discussing while I pull up this last part. I didn't even realize it.
So,
keep going.
As y'all can see, Essence even posted this because Essence is also blocked. And so,
yeah, hold on. That's what I'm looking for because I only thought it was 2 videos. It is actually 3. Oh no, they only gave me 2 in the essence.
Okay, so pretty much there is an update even on that, but he you know, he's blocking all these people that are, you know, pretty much that could have said
Yeah, that's
something.
a new thing I've heard. I didn't even know this was possible though. That Cass was getting upset if Kamala, am I saying it right?
No, comma.
Kamala. Sorry, I'm getting it. I'm on it. I've been practicing in the mirror because I've been saying her name wrong for a long time, and I just got to get my mind out of it.
Okay.
But they've been on this track of like, I ain't voting for her if she don't about shot. It's like they keep on moving the goalpost, like, and I'm like, I didn't even know this was real. That Cass was really saying they weren't gonna vote for her unless she abolished child support. What?
Like,
what?
You know what you should have did? Bought some condoms. You know how much condoms are? $8.95.
And his brother's going through the ringer. Let's keep it. I'm gonna keep it at 100. His brother's going through the ringer with the child support system, going through the ringer with with the women they have dealt with. And I literally, seriously, I have a brother that has been going through it, and I literally feel for those people that have had to endure that when it comes to the child support system. But man, let's keep it real. A lot of y'all niggas that's gonna be paying for y'all kids, yo. Let's just keep it 100.
Yeah.
And some of y'all cats just don't want to pay. It's less and then because it's on both sides. There's some women that will be vindictive towards the man if he's not dealing with her, and vice versa. Some of y'all cats want access to that woman, or if not, then you're not gonna pay child support. And it's the opposite way. Same thing. Or you want to have control over the situation. But hold on, so he's start blocking every. That's a weirdo situation. That's a weirdo thing to do. I'm sorry, I don't have time to do that.
Well, I went to go check to see if I was blocked, and I'm blocked.
You are?
I'm blocked.
So how
I don't know that guy from Adam, and I'm blocked, but it's just really funny.
You know the other guy?
No.
The guy that, I guess, the ops that they talking about?
I have no idea. It is just like, this has to be an app. Sorry. This has to be some sort of app that he paid for to do this. Because
that's what I was going to say. Because remember TweetDeck back in the day, you could be able to select those people and unfollow at the same time, but they stopped letting you have access to those apps. I thought that you could do that.
Yeah, it was really strange. And so I was like, okay, maybe you're going through, this person, and then if this person follow this person, the people that follow them must have the same views, unless you're going to do it through, like, you know how much time that takes? So
and that means, so like, who are you just blocking any, like,
you blocking any and everybody. And like I said, I feel like he could have potentially blocked people that, could follow somebody, and you go through down that list. Okay, now what this person doing? And so it's kind of like similar. It has to be some sort of app, because it's just like, you know how like the running joke is like how many people Tay Diggs follows.
Right.
And so it's something like that, where it has to be an app where he is doing this. Well, somebody went and pulled his
so it is a tool to use.
His complaint for contempt. Regarding somebody went in, because his real name is like Hakeem. Okay. It's Shin Holsty or something like that. But it's just that this person was defendant has willingly failed and refused to comply with said order to provide child support to the minor child, and it's the rest of it is blurry. And so, yeah, that's how he, this is all going on about the child support thing. And it's like, you're mad.
I can't figure out like the idea of not wanting to pay for your child. Like, I just never understood.
Again, $8.95. You didn't have to have one. You could have taken a preventive measure from you getting here. That makes.
Or do you have that Plan B pill popping? Because I'm assuming I'm assuming it's a Gen Zer here. It's got to be a Gen Zer here.
Because this makes no sense. And you know what? I'm not even gonna say it's a Gen Zer, because there's other people that
Yeah, but I'm talking about to have the time or figure out the app to be able to unfollow these many people at one time as a Gen Z.
or to block this many people.
Yeah.
Because it's just like really random. And so apparently, even this, it's like somebody is like it comes in that's supposed to be the girl's friend. And so I'm just kind of, because she has
Doja, they sleep. Yeah, we part of Just Posted Podcast, man. The best show on this network. Come on, check, though.
Seriously, man. Just Posted. It's just me and Doja sitting back talking about what the fuck going on in the world and the streets.
We said labor of love. He said labor of love. I ain't say that shit. Shout out to you know what I'm saying, everybody coming to watch though, man. We really appreciate y'all. Holla at y'all later.
Hey man, this nigga just tall for no reason.
I'm gone.
And he do regular jobs. Don't forget that.
Okay, it's so
they said the girl, the baby mama's friend said this.
Okay.
Y'all, that nigga is crazy, like mentally ill. Y'all don't even know the half. Be glad y'all blocked. He put my friend through pure hell when they were married.
Oh,
there it is. I forgot they was married. And so then he hops in and says this, because I have to scroll through. He's like, I'm crazy, but you convinced my ex-wife to do a lingerie shoot in the middle of the Atlanta riots. You mad because you wasn't actually in our wedding and you was always here. Like something hold on, let me wait for her head to move. Oh, you was always jealous of her. Plus your husband can't read.
What do you mean he can't read?
That's what he said to the girl. Yeah. And so he has like 2 pages, because this is coming from a page called Tax Pro Shin.
Could this also all be so I'm not blocked. I'm not blocked in the Stroud Lowcast page is not blocked either for Mr.Supershin, but his tweets are protected.
Okay. He said, I never cheated on my wife. Her friends and niggas was upset. We didn't move to.
You only got 614 followers, and we going through all this.
But his block list is longer than his follower list.
Yeah.
And so he said, now he has another page that says, like, I never cheated on my wife. Her friends and niggas said we didn't move to Atlanta. She missed our son's first Christmas due to catching COVID from partying and got mad and filed for a divorce. I let everything slide for 4 years with grace. Not anymore.
Okay, she's fucked up. She's ratchet. What's that got to do with wanting to have to take care of your kids though?
And so somebody said, were you put on a payment plan? And he said the judge denied her claims and the case was closed. Next question, Nosy. So I don't know what's going on, but it's definitely just really funny that I'm blocked and I don't know that man.
That's hilarious that you're blocked.
That is like, let me go check. And I was like, oh, hilarious.
So, I mean, since we're talking about the Madam Vice President in her presidential run, this won't hurt me, man, because I am a big Brand Nubian fan. Like, I mean, big Brand Nubian fan. Like, I mean, from Slow Down, Don't Let It Go to Your Head, Punks Jump Up to Get Beat Down, Code On. There's a lot of songs, you know, that they really put me on, particularly Lord Jamar. Lord Jamar, one of the, you know, members of Brand Nubian. He's been in the podcast space for a while, and he says a lot of stuff that I'll be like, okay, but I'm letting him have it. He's an OG.
A little Hotepi.
Yeah, but it's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get the JC. Yeah, I was Hotep adjacent for a period in my life. You know, I say Hotep adjacent. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I almost joined the Nation of Islam at one point. So, I mean, I almost joined the Nation.
Versus, let's stay here.
Yeah. But Lord Jamar goes on.
No.
Okay, go ahead.
We're gonna stay here.
Go ahead.
Okay, so what was going through your mind at that time? What was your life looking like at this time? Was this
when I thought about the nation?
Yes. So was this before or after your dad got left at the altar and somebody egged?
Oh, this is way before. Before. This is when I was in college.
Okay, so what were you experiencing at that time?
One of my close friends was in the nation. He's pretty high up in the nation, and was just schooling me on stuff. Bought me Myths to the Black Man. Bought me a couple more books. I was reading them, getting into it. Listening to a lot of the ministers, speeches and all that. I went to the mosque with them maybe every Sunday for a couple of months, and I almost joined and took my shalah, as they call, where you profess yourself your faith to Islam. But the crazy thing is, it was a snowstorm, right? That I went to school in Iowa, y'all, so it can easily happen. And I didn't go, and I went through like a binge that weekend and kicked it. And he was mad as a motherfucker at me, right?
Why do you think he was mad? Is it
no, he wasn't mad. He wasn't mad because he listened to the podcast.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. But he was just like, you just gonna be like all the. It's a whole longer thing.
Pretty much.
Right. I like, like you said you was professor, you finna profess Islam, and then you out here, you know what I'm saying,
being a heathen.
No, I'm up there singing. You ain't gotta show me your mind, look in your eyes, and I'm dancing drunk up in the party. You ain't gotta call me your boo.
So
that Mercedes and what was my dude?
I want to taste your
yeah. That's the song I remember in the party. I was like,
all night long.
Oh, Mercedes and Mac. Yes.
Wait, so now I'm just thinking about Daryl when I met him.
Mm-hmm.
To Daryl,
I've evolved. I've had a lot of different phases of life.
Yeah, but see, that's the cool thing. One about life, but also two about being an Aquarius, because we're kind of I really think we are.
Yeah,
like we saw, like
we're the sign with the most amount of people in it. We have the smallest sign, the amount of people are Aquarius.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of fun and interesting hearing this about you.
I literally was going to that next Sunday. I was going to profess my Shalah and go and become a nation. I would have been.
So what happened?
I would have been passing out final calls and bean pies. I'd have been full force. But I'd have been there, been on it.
Wow.
Serious thing. So
what prevented you? Because you kicked it that week.
Right, and then I was like, dang. I mean, he was like saying like, hey, you're not serious, blah blah blah. Why don't you take some time and think about it, before or whatnot. And I took some time and I was like, man, I don't think I can do this. Like, I was into the, and then this is a phase of my life. I was into the black power of it, the black power / black power, black energy of the movement, and not the religion itself, which is two different things. I can support them in their efforts, but necessarily don't have to be a religious member. Is what I can.
I like that. I rock with that.
Yeah, and that's where I was though. I was really, I'm still big into the minister. I'm still a big supporter of the minister, but like I don't have to be religiously affiliated because I don't necessarily believe in all the religious things, and I may not profess to that faith, but I do, love a lot of different things that they stand on and what they maneuver as well, but not all. So that's why I'm saying I'm adjacent sometimes.
Okay, that's fair to say. I thought like that.
And I'm not a 5%er either, which is what Wu-Tang is. A lot of the members are members are brand new. There's a lot of New York cats in the Midwest that became 5%ers. Which is an offshoot of the Nation of Islam. People that know, Clarence 13X started it, and that's where you have the gods and the earths and those kind of different things. And that's where they say, "What's the mathematics?" Every number means something within the calendar for the day. So, like, if somebody said, "What's the mathematics?" Every number you have to say something. So, like, 9 is born, 7 is God. I used to know all of them at one point. And I know my 5% of brothers out there probably like, yo, you don't know the mathematics for today, son. I don't know the mathematics for today. I'm sorry. But Lord Jamar, went on. He called Kamala out her name. I know I said it wrong. Don't worry about it.
You didn't even try.
I did try.
You said come, and as I saw, I was like, okay, you got it, baby. You was almost there. You said come.
That's not what it is. I don't know why my brain is.
But okay, so think of Kamala, chameleon.
Kamala. I did it in the mirror today too.
That song, Kamala.
Yes. And Lord Jamar he was on the Art of Dialogue, I believe, and he called her a bitch. And then he goes on Fox and Friends, which before we even show the clip, the line, not one Fox and Friends, Piers Morgan. Piers Morgan is low key trying to be a culture vulture, and we're gonna have to investigate this motherfucker in a minute. I know I'm waiting for the cousin much on it. We've been trying to keep our cousin to a minimum, but this motherfucker, Piers Morgan, he doing some shit, y'all. I see you, Pierce. Because all of a sudden you got all these random black folks together. You got Candace Owens, Mark Lamont Hill, and fucking Lord Jamar all on one panel. What the fuck is going on here? Yeah. How is that lineup together?
Okay, this is terrible.
I'm sorry, y'all. How is that lineup together?
I love Mark Lamont Hill. Mark Lamont Hill
have their issues with him and everything, but that's any intellectual.
Listen,
I get it.
Listen, when he was on CNN and that guy, it was the last election and they were speaking, and then the guy was like, well, if a person wants to go to the Cheesecake Factory, blah, 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 whatever. And he like chuckles. And then it was him, Angela Rye. It was the cat that they fired. The other Martin. Who?
Roland Martin?
No. The gay one.
Don Lemon.
Yeah, Don, yes.
But they brought him back. You know that, right?
Oh, they did? When did they?
I thought I read that somewhere that he's back on CNN. Hold on.
So ultimately, because he got caught in the crossfire of that shit with that one boy who a brother was the mayor.
Yeah, you talking about with the not the mayor? He was the governor. He's the governor of New York. Yeah, you talking about the Cuomo's, the Cuomo brothers.
Yeah, Cuomo's. So, and he should have been fired, but whatever. And so ultimately,
returns to CNN. No, but he was just on there just as a guest. Okay.
So ultimately, he was like, they said, oh, like Mark, do you want to, like add to it? He said, no, I'm just trying to figure out why they in Cheesecake Factory. And like I told y'all, what we not gonna do, like, it's not my favorite restaurant, but I'm gonna go in there and F up some JW's hard lemonades at happy hour. I'm gonna get drunk as a skunk and put the keys in the wrong car. And that brown bread. I'm telling y'all, stop playing. Like, and y'all really hate Cheesecake Factory because they give you too many options and you don't want to pick because the menu was like 45 pages long. and F them for getting rid of the baked potato soup.
All right, hold on. Let's go to this video. Lord Jamar, this is his panel. It's not the full thing, y'all. So y'all don't have to worry. He's just talk with Lord Jamar on his part.
Jamar, though, my brother, calling her, and again, I heard a bleep. I've been in the hood a long time. From that context, it sounded like you were calling her the B word. I couldn't see it, but I heard it. I'm not gonna vote for that. Bleep sounded like the B word. I can't imagine a circumstance where we need to call her that. In real life and in music, and there's just no reason for that. She doesn't deserve that any more than she deserves to be told that she's not qualified to run a Dunkin' Donuts. Those types of comments, I think, are unnecessary, even if you might agree that black people shouldn't be sheep. How does she disrespect you?
By placating to me, by giving me word salads and all kind of nonsense, acting like she doesn't have to answer questions, being the artful dodger. That's
hold on. Let me pause here. Look at Candace Owens. Look at all
what I'm about to say.
Going on. Like, I'm gonna keep playing it, though.
I'm gonna read her in a second.
very disrespectful.
You think she deserves to be called a B for that?
Well, listen. First of all, the platform I was on was a different kind of platform. We was, you know what I mean? It's a much looser platform. It's more.
Hold up, it's more to it, y'all. Hold on.
orientated, and if she wants to get down, act like she's black, well,
she is black,
people get
man. She
called
is black.
niggas
That's the
and
other piece.
bitches.
I don't want to
She's
interrupt
not
Candace. I
black.
know
She's
Candace got
not
stuff to
black.
say. I want to hear
She's not
Candace.
black.
I'm sorry.
She
is black, and you're being particularly hypocritical, bro.
She's not
bro. You've been real hypocritical.
Let me clear two things up. First of all, Piers, you had a guest on named VJ or something that said I never voted or something like that. I don't know where he pulled that out his ass from, but yes, I have voted before. I actually voted for Obama the first time around. I got caught in that nonsense. But also, that comment that you're showing me was not in response.
All right, that's all we have from that. All right, go ahead, Dom. You had the stage.
So I think this goes back to conversations about misogyny, patriarchal views, and whatnot. And I think that even though you are on a different platform where you're like, well, it was looser or things like that, it's still disrespectful. And I think that's where things get a little conflated and like confusing for people, because there's still a level of respect that should exist amongst all those different spaces, right? And I think we understand that because of our media training, right? And so it goes back to that. But I think that also the interesting thing is that you're saying again that, oh, here we go with this narrative of her not being black again. And people don't realize again how detrimental and dangerous those statements are when you don't do your research and fact check. I don't know no Haitian that is Haitian but also does not identify as black. And I think it's a disconnect there. Just it goes back to, okay, they were the first people that were able to, break free from slavery and all these different things. And so, but also it's like in the same breath, you want Latinos, like, the Afro Latinos to identify and say that they're black. And then you get mad when they don't say that they're black and all these different things. So it's like, pick a side, like, which is it? The girl went to Howard. Her hair just as curly and nappy as ours. Like, what are you talking about? And so I think that there's still a level of patriarchal and misogynistic views that need to be eradicated, just because of like some of the statements. I literally was talking to my friend earlier before we recorded, and they're trans, and we were speaking about this and just how it's this weird thing. And I said to him, I wonder when there was a shift in power, because we know, black women back, in the early stages of this thing called life and different dynasties, that we know black women to be, running countries and different things, like, women. It was just like, oh, it wasn't just the king and the queen, but like you had Sheba, you had Nzinga, you had all these Nefertiti, you had all these different layers. So I was like, well, when was the shift that happened? Did some bitch get dickmatized? Sorry. Did somebody get dickmatized and then it just changed everything?
In theory, some people say it was Queen of Sheba, like historically.
That got dickmatized?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Listen.
Allegedly, she's supposed to have a kid with Solomon.
Okay. So ultimately, I think what happens is that there's some sort of issue that a lot of people always say. It always goes back to something that has happened at home, where your mother figure did not show up for you in some sort of way, and so you look down upon women or whatever. But then there's also things that have happened throughout the course of history, throughout the course of your life, where you feel like women owe y'all this and that, but then they can't be leaders, they can't do this. They feel like, oh, it's women's fault that women want to be independent. And it's like, so do we not know about Reaganomics? Do we not know about what happened with the projects and how the government put that system into play to take the black father from the home, where it had to force the mother to be a certain type? Like, there's so many things historically that have happened to just, even just our community, that still somehow is just still affecting us. And it's still weird, because you can pick up a book and read it, and you talking about, well, she did this to me and did that, and she's not black. And it's like all these negative things that you guys have said about her, she has consistently been able, and people have consistently been able to show you the facts and the numbers that prove what, like what everybody is saying is misinformation is incorrect. Y'all don't have that same energy for that idiot Donald Trump. You know what I mean? And it's like,
that's it right there, dude. That's it.
But
they don't give him that same energy. They don't.
Also, it's a level of. Can I say it?
Go ahead.
People relate to him because he's an idiot, and so there's some level of because they can see themselves in him, and so that's why they want to advocate and fight for him and speak up because they see themselves in him. And it's not just. I don't even think it's just about him having a penis. I think it's some level because they feel like, oh, Kamala and all these other people, and now you got all these women and all these, black, certain, quarter of black men, they probably feel like they're inferior to us and all these things and blah, 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 formulating weird thoughts from a person that can't even tell you what their game plan is. I have a plan. What is it? I'm working on it. That's not good enough. But I think
it's a mess. It's a weird, twisted thing, and I'm gonna have some men mad at me when I say this. Well, first of all, within our community, black women have always had power. Black women have always owned the stores. They've always owned different things. Maybe not as a high level as certain men, but women have always had power within our community. But in other communities, women did not have as much power.
Right.
You got to think about one of the first black gangsters is Madam Sinclair, and that was in the 40s and 30s, running the numbers market in New York. And you can go through a long list of other. Madam C.J. Walker, the first millionaire person, was a black woman. That was first black person as a millionaire was a black woman.
Yeah.
Like, so you got to think that we've always had that power. Now the trick bag about this is, I think it's a double play, and I know there's going to double play on this. And follow me here, y'all. I know it's going to sound. You got to follow me here when I thought this out. I used to think that they wanted to keep down their women, so they started to make us think that our women were basically being too highfalutin because they would, like, oh, all the women are treating us all bad. Well, no, we've always had this situation, my G. Women have always owned stuff, and they've always had power within our communities. We ain't never had that dynamic like y'all did, within and until the last few years where this sentiment has been put into us to a certain extent. And then the flip side of the flip side of the back part is like, man, maybe they're sowing so much discontent within black relationships because they want white women to benefit off the power that black women have just starting to get because they're the most highly educated. They start the most businesses, like these different small ticks that black women are doing. Are they trying to like put some salt in the game on that side? If that makes sense. So like, let's sow discontent. And this is super conspiracy theory, this y'all. So, but I'm just saying, are they flipping it where they're making us think that our women are up high like this because they want their women to actually be a little bit more, bringing more bread in? Because the idea of like this whole thing of like, and it's a flip side for women too as well. When I say this, the idea that like, yo, you don't need to work and nobody, no, we are in it's inflation, baby. We both got to work.
Yeah.
This whole idea that you just sit at the crib and you just, no. And the idea that you think your woman should be sitting at the crib too, you ain't really trying to make no real money and really trying to make no generational wealth for your family.
Yeah.
Unless somebody dropping off 20 million in front of your house, and even then, that's only going to take you for a certain amount of time. Then my final thing is men across the board want to be shown love and think they this shit just because they got a dick. And they ain't got to do nothing else by that. Nothing else. They just got to have a dick, and they supposed to have. You supposed to just love me, girl, because I got a dick, and that's simple as that. You supposed to bow down because I got a dick. I was born with a dick. You bow down to this dick.
But yeah.
No matter what kind of person I am, don't matter how I treat you, don't matter what I bring to you and fulfill your life or be better for my children, just bend down because I got a dick. Because then they'll say, men built the world.
That's how you be having those homosexuals. You know what I mean? Like,
you work at Jiffy Lube, my G, and there's nothing wrong with my brother working at Jiffy Lube. I'm just saying that, like, you claiming that men have, because that'd be the thing, like, well, men built this and this. What have you done? We talking about what have you built?
But also, but I think that I mean, we could use kind of even the situation that happens like with Boosie, right? And how, you know, him paying strippers or prostitutes or whatever to sleep with his teenage kids or whatever. So you're teaching them, that's also molestation, but you're teaching your kids that is what's important and it's nothing else outside of that. You know what I mean? I know that's a terrible example, but there are people that do that and that lead with that. And so they think that's the end all be all, is that, oh, I'm a good fuck. And a lot of people that be a good fuck, they be the bummy ass niggas because they ain't got shit else to offer.
Mm.
That's what it be like. It be niggas that like, you don't got no place to stay. I'm gonna go roll over here and roll up, and you know, hopefully she let me stay or whatever. And there's some girls that are weak-minded enough to do that. I'm like, okay, you fuck me pretty decent, barely came, and you trying to say this requires you to pay a bill. And so I think that's the thing. It's just like some people are leading with that, and people can say the same thing, you know, for women and they box or whatever. You know, like that very well is true. You know, there's some people that are groomed like that, that are raised like that. That's the end all be all. You don't have nothing else to offer. And like we all know, even with that, pretty only gets you so far. Yep. Pretty gets you in the room. That's what my mom say.
Yeah,
the I Only Listen to 90s Music podcast is a show for 80s babies who were 90s kids. If you were a No Limit soldier, then this is your show. If you believe that Cash Money is not an army but was a Navy, this is the show for you. If you and your friends ever tried to sing a song written by Escape, In Vogue, Shy, or Boyz II Men at a talent show during middle school, this is your show. The I Only Listen to 90s Music podcast is a bunch of 80s babies talking about all the songs and things that we loved when we were kids and teenagers. So if you went to the skating rink and you were at a lock-in, this is the show for you. If you think that Tevin Campbell was the original Prince of R&B, this is the show for you. If you don't understand the conflict between Monica and Brandy, but you're kind of on Monica's side and understand why Brandy got punched, this is the show for you. Make sure that you tune in, subscribe, click the little subscribe link. We're here. We're going to talk about all things 90s music. This is the show for you.
And Jamar has apologized for it too, you know, and you know, I'm glad that brother did that as well. I'm not so it's, you know, but it's just the sentiment we're talking about here overall, and like, you know, I still fuck with brand new music. I'm not gonna sit here in front, but it was just disappointing, you know.
Yeah, and it was just really weird. And then like the reason why you couldn't back her up, it wasn't even like factual things. It is misinformation again, and I don't know why y'all are leading. And you got Candace bitch ass Owens over there. Yeah, I said it.
Yeah, but, no, that was weird, right?
But here's the thing, though. I don't know what she said on this clip, but I'm seeing her nod her head, not as Mark speaks, as the other dude, the other brother speaks.
Lord Jamar.
Yeah, Lord Jamar. And so those are one of the things that we talk about when we talk about women that subscribe to the patriarchal views and keep that BS going. You know what I mean? It's like it's layers and it's levels to it. And it's like, okay, you are working against what we're trying to dismantle here. Like, it doesn't benefit any of us. It doesn't benefit Black men. White supremacy definitely doesn't. But there are some people where they so caught up in it where they think they benefit from it and they don't. And then it's like, just like her and the white crayon thing. So now you're trying to pick and choose, and like you half the time you be against Black women, and now you mad at crayon for having a white crayon, and the white crayon you can use it on other paper, and it colors. And also we know how the color wheel works.
Mm-hmm.
You put white with red. What color does that make? Pink. Girl, if you don't get on somewhere, you're not smart. Just because you claim you're what people would say articulate, that does not mean that you're smart.
Yeah, I agree.
You were smart enough to infiltrate spaces where it makes you money. That still does not mean
She's a
that you're
grifter.
educated,
She's a
that you're
grifter.
smart.
Yeah, she's a grifter. All right, we got two more topics. We need to hit them real quick. This is extra long, not extra long. This is this nice, robust episode. This is fun. All right, this one is Catholic Church. People have not been talking about this. That's why I really want to talk about this. This lawsuit in LA, over 800 million that the Catholic Church is going to kick out to everyone. So here we go with it.
From the Roman Catholic Church for alleged child sex abuse. The Archdiocese of Los Angeles has agreed to pay out, and listen to this number, $880 million to more than 1,300 people.
The settlement could be the final chapter in what has now become a landmark battle of child sex abuse claims dating back decades. It's on behalf of more than 1,300 victims who say they suffered abuse by local Catholic priests, and comes after months of negotiations with the Archdiocese. More than 300 priests have been accused in legal documents and public records of sexually abusing minors. The Archdiocese had previously paid $740 million in various settlements, bringing this total payout to more than $1.5 billion. The Archdiocese says it will fund those settlements with investments, assets, reserves, and bank loans. In a statement, attorneys for the alleged victims told CBS News the massive amount of this settlement reflects the amount of grievous harm done to vulnerable children and the decades of neglect, complicity, and cover-up by the Archdiocese, which allowed known serial predators to inflict this harm. Archbishop Jose Gomez, in a statement, said in part he hoped the settlement would provide some measure of healing to those harmed.
Yo, that's a lot of bread, yo. Go ahead.
Okay. First of all, y'all got to stop tweeting that the Diddy thing is a cover-up, like it's a distraction for this. Those are two different things. So y'all have to stop being ignorant, especially my black. Y'all not that damn dumb. A lot is happening in the world, and you're just catching wind. It's like Twitter. The algorithm is out of order, and so you're getting things when you can get them. You know, if you want to be so informed, then sign up for news break alerts and shit. Stop saying that dumb shit. But they're getting. They said it was over. I put like 1350 and divided that 880 million. So they getting close. They getting a little over $650,000
each.
Yeah.
How long does it? Can people still put their name in there?
Daryl. So I'm gonna say this, and
let me stop because it's a serious topic. Let me stop because I already talked about last week that I called a Diddy line, and somebody hit me up was like, "Dang man, why you do that?" Like,
listen, you know what? I'm gonna say this. A lot of the bylaws regarding church and religion in general need to be revised because the standard what it was then and what it is now. And so, first of all, y'all need to allow these priests to be able to get married and do
that's
all
not even a state thing. You going into like the Roman Catholic. You got to go to Italy and do
that's
that.
What
that
I'm
ain't
saying.
changing.
It needs to be because this isn't the first time, and this is you remember when St. Louis was like when they Archdiocese and all them was caught up in that. And so I think that it is a level of they need to revisit all of those things that are indoctrinated if they're going to try to take preventative measures from preventing this from happening in the future. And we talk about pedophilia and all those different things in Hollywood, but we're not talking about it enough in the places where we're supposed to be the safest, which is a place like a church. And so I think that if they revisit and revise certain things, maybe certain areas would not exist. Y'all frown upon it's crazy because now you have the current Pope acknowledging same-sex marriages, right? So it's like, okay, so are we able to speak to that? Are the pastors allowed to be openly gay, like where they're not harming little boys? Are men able to marry women and all these different things where they are not harming, like little girls? And I know part of that is supposed to be, you're trying to be pure and live this sinless life. But in the midst of this, so you can be the closest to God, it's like you are doing things that is, and I know they say all sins weigh the same. I don't believe that.
Yeah.
But a sin is a sin, and you doing like some of the most darkest evil shit. And so for me, I'm like, hey, allow them. And I'm not, nobody's saying have free range. We're not saying go get hoes and bros or anything like that. You know what I mean? But it's just like, I think we have to also realize that we are human and we will always fall short because of that layer of it, because Adam and Eve ate the apple. You know what I mean? So it's one thing to live. You can live right and have a wholesome life. You can have a wife, you can have kids and all these different things. But this has been going on for centuries.
Yeah, but I mean, it breaks down. I mean, as a Catholic school kid that's been kicked out of 2 Catholic schools and graduated from a Catholic high school, I think I'm pretty seasoned enough to talk about this a little bit. This is a hard thing because if the reason that they try to have, at least the Catholic Church believes in having priests be celibate is because all the disciples supposedly did not take up wives and only serve God. That's where they get that from. That's the problem. You'd have to be changing the whole doctrine and idea of Roman Catholicism to get them to stop that. And I don't think that's going to happen.
But it's not working.
Right. But I mean, I don't even know how you'd even like. I mean,
like, High Pope, whatever. We want to propose this. I know that's easy said than done.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm just trying to figure out how does that even.
But you know what I mean.
You trying to get if a Pope brought that up, they might assassinate that man.
But here's the thing: it's like, but that goes back down to a layer of manipulation and control, right? Just how each person you can have the same Bible and I have the same Bible, right? And both of us have completely different interpretations of it, because they're finding more and more evidence, allegedly, how Jesus had this relationship with Mary Magdalene.
Oh yeah, that's been yeah.
And so, but it's like y'all can say that about the disciples. Oh, they just serve God or whatever. They didn't have these relationships. But it's also like, okay, so that was your interpretation of it. Just because it wasn't talked about doesn't mean that it didn't exist.
Right.
So I don't know.
It's a deep. They got to do something.
But that goes back to people, just like we talked about last week, when it comes down to religion and why people are having an issue with organized religion. And nobody's having an issue believing that there's a higher power. It is the.
Okay, how about we do in your scenario, Dom? How about we do we cut in the middle? Let them have sex once a month, but then they got to be chaste the rest of the month. But you can't have a wife though. Well, no, that's gonna mess up because you not supposed to have sex unless you're in a covenant of marriage. All right, you got a wife. Dang, everything don't work out because if you have a wife, your loyalty is to the wife and your wife and not the church. If you have a wife,
you say what?
I said your loyalty is to your wife, not the church. If you take a wife, so I'm trying to figure out like where is the
I mean, they would have to change the rules.
Compromise.
But almost it's kind of like
you let them all get hookers.
But
just help out.
But also in changing that, it would almost kind of be like an arranged marriage. Y'all listen, y'all fuck socks and couches. You can get it off on somebody that you're not necessarily attracted to.
Oh, so you saying if the sisters they match them up with the priests, but then they only see each other once a month because they're still servicing God.
That works. We're getting somewhere.
Look, Dom, you own to something. You a smart motherfucker. I like this. Okay. So now I need to go look up the statistics of how many sisters there are in the world, or nuns for people that don't know what sisters are. Nuns versus priests, and see if we can find a close to general number where they can be matched.
But then the issue you're gonna have again is like,
because what if because you might be information. What if they want to move me around and then you're a sister of Mary and they want to move you to Kenya, but they want to move me to China for ministry?
We gonna meet in the middle. We'll figure it out. But then you would have to have somebody. It would have to be on like regionally. But it's just like I think that like I get that they're like, oh, you're trying to serve your flesh, like you're not your flesh, and I understand that, but I am my flesh.
Yeah.
So and it's like
we're not being real about it.
Yeah, and I think that's why they're gonna continue to have these issues long after we're gone.
Dom, we need to stop talking about this, because if even someone proposed this, you think that American politics would get bad? It would get real nasty if somebody proposed some shit that we talking about. I'm talking about some real fighting and some bloody shit. That will start one, even worse than our political system right now.
Yeah,
even worse. If somebody proposed even what we said of like Matt doing arranged marriages between sisters.
Hey, those
it's a brilliant idea.
End up working out a lot longer than people getting married for love.
All right, our last topic. We can talk in dreams soon, y'all. We've been talking about a lot of science, little stuff, the cloning, all the different things though. But this one is going to be a dream. So check this out, y'all.
I'm not interested.
For those on audio, basically it shows a situation where you both lay down. The machine downloads your sleep patterns and what's going on in your dreams and uploads it, and then your dreams are uploaded and melded together so you all can share your same dream. You're not interested in this?
There's Black Mirror.
Yeah, it's super Black Mirror, but I think it get a lot of brothers out of jammed up, because a lot of women wake up and be mad at you from something you did in the dream, and this get you up out of it. I was in there too. You know I was one with that woman. I was with you in the dream, so you can't wake up mad no more. That that I was supposed to be messing with Taikisha. I was with you in my dream. We was together.
It's very Black Mirror-esque. I know that they had some episodes.
New season coming out soon too.
Yeah, see, I'm not into Black Mirror.
Really?
No, I've never really
Black
Mirror. And so, like my sister was telling me some episode about how they can like upload like your memories or something when you pass it. It's kind of like how you have app like service Apple, and if your
and you can talk to it. Hang out with.
Yeah, so that's what that gives. And also, it's just like a layer of, if I'm dreaming about Michael B. Jordan, you don't need to be here. Why are you here?
Right, but I need to make sure, like, that I can regulate what's going on in yours. Because after I let you know, like, I ain't with Taikisha, you can go to sleep. Then I can leave your dream and go really be with Megan Good, like I'm supposed to be in my dream.
I'm not, but also it's like you go do that over there, and I'm gonna do this over here because I'm just not interested. I think it's just like invasion of privacy, and this is for people like the people that I would want to see have transition. I'm about to wake up next to you. I know I said I like my niggas to be in my skin sometimes. Vice versa. That's that. I don't need that. I don't, and it's just too much. It's just like, then I start to feel claustrophobic, and I'm like, what are we doing? And the Aquarius in me is gonna like freak out, and now I'm leaving. Mm-hmm. And I didn't want to.
No, I would definitely wouldn't do this at all. I'm not doing this at all. I'm joking, y'all.
Yeah,
you crazy? Now I would love them to extend my dreams. Like when I'm like all my dreams, I'd be like right there, like, yo, I'm finna get on such and such in my dream, and I'd be right there laying with them on a beach, and then I wake up. I need somebody to keep me asleep until I finish off what I was doing in that dream. That's all I need. I need the extender.
No, I get it. Like, it makes sense. I'm just like, geez, like, I don't want to. That's just wild. Like, this is so many things. That's just this. Y'all using AI for the wrong stuff. I'm like, go cure cancer, AIDS, all these different things in global, warming, world hunger. Y'all want to do shit like this. And the next thing you know, somebody gonna be getting divorced because you're trying to fight somebody in some dream that's not even real, and you're trying to say your husband cheated on you, and it's like it's a dream. Like, girl, cool down. You was just dreaming about Brad Pitt yesterday. Cool.
But I've been in my dream. That's my dream. He dreamed about a real woman. That's gonna be the difference. Like, it's that girl working his job.
I'm cool.
Forget about my dreams, y'all. Don, where can people hit you up at?
Y'all can find me at St. Angeles on Instagram. Keep subscribing to my YouTube. I've made it over the little hump. Now I need my watch hours.
Yeah, that's the next one. That's the next one.
That's the hardest tier, man. It was hard. Like, it was. I didn't think it would be this complex.
But you know what? I have a theory about that. I think if you start, like, those people that really like push super hard during the pandemic, they hit it, but then their watch time is super low now. Like, they ain't like, they got these high subscriber numbers, but nobody really watch. They ain't putting out quality content. That's just my assessment.
No, that's true.
And it's harder now to get a subscriber, I think, than previous years in general.
No,
because think about it, you don't technically know this to subscribe nobody. In theory, if they watch your videos all the time, it'll pop up in the front of their algorithm.
Yeah.
In theory. You know what I'm saying? But then when you see it pop out, you're like, oh shit, what happened to Citizen? That's when you need to. That's why you should subscribe, because if you don't click on it every time it's in your front, it will come out of it. So do subscribe to someone if you do like that content, because it will cycle out of your main page if you don't click one of their videos every time too. That's your inside game.
Yeah, that's where y'all can find me. Y'all know what to do. TikTok, everything. Same thing.
All right. Thank y'all for listening. As always, we'll be back. Peace.
Yep, and I got